Yo, what it do? What it do? What it do? Today's a crazy day because we are entering the future. How, you may ask? Well, I shall say we are entering the future by using AI. There's new AI that is getting smarter, it's adapting, it's acting like human, and we want to check it out. This just dropped in like November, ChatGPT by OpenAI, and we can use this to help us be more productive. One person can now do the work of 10 men or women, and we want to do that. We want to get down. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First, we want to Google ChatGPT. It's a simple Google search, really. You're going to see this, ChatGPT. Now, I guess you can kind of say this is similar to Siri, but Siri is like a toddler, and ChatGPT is like the smart alien. Go here, and you want to hit try. These are some examples. Basically, we're going to type in a prompt, and it's going to answer us. And we can do really cool things. So like, for example, I can say, what is a healthy meal plan for a... We can search this just for an example, and you can kind of see what it does. This is crazy. Basically, it's giving us info really easily. But the reason I'm showing you all this is so that we can actually use this tool for music, right? I'm going to be using it for videos, but also for music. And today we're going to do something cool and try to see if ChatGPT can make us Serum patch or help us make Serum. Like maybe let's say you're a beginner and you've never even tried to do it and want to just have someone explain it to you. Maybe this can help you with that. So let's see what we can do. I have a couple of prompts that we're going to ask it. We'll see how ChatGPT gets down, because this might change everything. All right, this is awesome. We're going to hit new chat. I have some prompts here that I wrote that I wanted to ask it. This is the first one. How do you sound design a dubstep growl in Serum? Let's see if the AI can tell us. Here. Basically, we'll follow these steps and we'll make the patch that's telling us. This is giving us good info. It's pretty amazing. It's talking about using a filter, using an LFO to add vibrato. Let's try to get some more details. Ask it if it could provide more details, and we'll see what it says. I haven't read through all this yet. I'm going to be reading through all this for the first time, so this is going to be really cool. Look at this. Saw and square waveforms are common choices for creating growling sounds, as they have a lot of harmonics that can be shaped and manipulated. Like, that's amazing. Combination of different waveforms. Use the pitch envelope. Use the filter to shape the sound and add resonance. A low pass filter is a good choice to get the growling sound. It allows low frequencies to pass through. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, so basically, this right here is what we're going to follow. 1 through 6. It's the same as this, just more details. Oh, this is cool. And then I wanted to throw this in as optional, just so you guys can see how crazy this is. So I want to say, explain what you said in Spanish. We'll see it. Yeah. Nice. Un growl de dubstep. De Serum en español. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Okay, we can go ahead and start. I'm going to copy all this and we're going to follow what the AI told us to do. Let's go ahead and go to Ableton. This is the first time making dubstep with the AI. We'll see if we get a cool growl sound, and if we do, we're going to make something out of it. We can keep asking it questions too if we need to. So let's just see. Start by choosing a waveform for your oscillators. Saw and square Lots of harmonics. You can try a combination of different. So I'm gonna get the basic shapes. We can do a square. I like square. This is a salt in it, but we can, it says we can even try other ones. So let's just get something, one of these. You can pick any one. Fine. Now it's saying to use the pitch envelope to detune the oscillator slightly and create some dissonance. This can add depth, character to the growl. You can also modulate the oscillator pitch using the LFO or the envelope to create movement in the sound. It's awesome. It's basically telling us we can use our LFO to modulate the detune. So, and when we do that, it creates a dissonance, which is all really good. That makes it sound like darker, crazier, insane. That's really cool. It's giving us those little tips. So we can go ahead and do that. It's down. And it's saying we can create movement too. So with these, with the LFO, if I hold shift and option on my Mac, it'll change like that. But I'll just move it a tiny bit, a little bit of detune. We'll find a good spot. And then this is where we move. So this is quarter note, which is fast. That's even faster. That's a little slow. We can put it in trigger, half rate. And then it'll kind of move a little. Now, if we add some voicings, it'll change the sound too. We're going to leave it mono for now. We're going to turn these randoms down too, just to make sure that sound is the same. Not hearing too much of a difference. We can turn up the voicings and you can hear it's moving. But since we just have one voice right here, it's slight. So it says to use the filter to shape the sound and add resonance. Low pass filter is a good choice. Go to filter, grab us a low pass, get this low 24. It's good for creating the growling sound as it will allow the low frequencies to pass through while attenuating the high frequencies. You can experiment with different filter slopes, 12, 24. I picked 24. Okay, cool. So it tells us to add the filter, but it doesn't really tell us like exactly. Let's see right here. Use the envelope to modulate the filter cutoff and oscillator pitch. Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. This can help add movement and interest to the growl. You can also use the LFO to modulate these parameters to create a wobbling effect. Great. Okay, cool. So LFO right here, we can go ahead and add it to this. This LFO though is messing with the detune, so we could just grab another LFO and kind of use this for the filter. So we want the lows to come through, and then we want it to like go all the way over to like this area. It's going to go back just like that. You can go fast or slow. That wobbling effect it was talking about is like this. You know, going faster. I like that. We can also start to add this to the levels. So the LFO controls the level of the sound. Filter cutoff and oscillator pitch. This can help add movement, add interest to the growl. You can have the LFO to modulate these parameters. We want to add this LFO to the resonance. Kind of have it go up. We can even put it on the drive, do a little pumping. We can mess with different pitches. Let's look around. Experiment with the effects section to add more depth and character. Distortion can add grit and aggression. Let's go ahead and add some distortion real quick. That's nice. It also says that, well, reverb and delay can add sense of a space and depth. You can also try using modulation effects like phaser or flanger to create a more complex sound. That's cool. So we have the filter, the phaser, the flanger, and then also we have the delay and the reverb. It's saying we can use all of these right here, which is really good. These are easy to use with the reverb like this. You can kind of put it in a small size, put it on plate or Hall. Change the decay, make it higher. Let me get nice little reverb. And then some flange. This adds a little bit of movement while it's playing, which is really cool. And the delay. So with the delay, we can link them up. And we can move them to a really fast speed if we turn BPM off around like the 20, around 20, maybe 27 maximums. You can even go down here. Turn the mix up. We start to get like more rhythmy, metallic-y. Turn the feedback up. And then move around here. Check different tones. Move the feedback if you need. Quickly, we can get an OTT. You can get just a regular OTT and a saturator. With the OTT, you can turn the amount down. Start bringing it up as needed. Usually do about 50 and then turn the output up. Just a little bit, then the saturator can make it louder. Now the reverb is now making a big difference. So if you turn it off, you can hear. You can hear that the delay is almost sounding like its own reverb in itself. It's adding space and depth. And the reverb was also adding space and depth. So you want to be careful with how much you're adding. You're really controlling. That is one really important part of the mix, the space and depth aspect. And don't forget we have the volume, which is amplitude, and then the stereo image, which is like panning left, right. We'll go here. It says, don't forget to consider the balance between the low end and high end frequencies in your sound design. Very good note. Let's go ahead and listen to our sound right now. We can even look in like an EQ8, kind of visually see what's going on while it's playing. Now, what I'm hearing is a good balance, but not everything's loud enough. It kind of sounds muffled. It sounds kind of contained. You kind of want it to sound brighter and want it to come out more. Now, it says dubstep growls often have a lot of low-end energy, so you may want to use a compressor or a bass boost to add more punch to the sound. You can also use a high-pass filter to cut out some of the low frequencies if the growl is too boomy. So we know the growl is not too boomy. Boomy is like too bassy, too sub-heavy. We actually need more bass in our growl. But it does mention that we want to use a compressor. And that's what I was thinking too. We use the compressors to bring out the frequencies. Serum has its own compressor, of course. Very clean. We can turn on multiband so it affects all three bands separately. It's a lot cleaner. Then we can turn down the threshold or turn up the gain, depending on what you like to start getting it louder. So. You see the red, it's starting to clip. Then you can turn it down. It's not clipping. Get a good level. Now we have a nice, loud, full sound. That's good. Now with this EQ, we can cut all the lows. is we want our own lows to play. So we can quickly just record this, grab this. Nice. I'm going to go into it, make sure that the start is perfectly at the beginning, which it is. Even hit quantize if needed. And go ahead and crop that, make it clean. And then we grab this. It's at D0, I believe, already. Yes. Then I can simply just edit to my sub that's already in my template. Then it'll play. That's cool. I kind of want I want to be able to control that sub. I want it to move with this bass. The best way to do that is by just resampling this sub and then using it. We'll just solo this, record this. We'll take that sub. Very nice. With this sub, now we can start to kind of shape it with the fades. So we could mute this sub, and then now we can make this sub. So with the sound, oh, it looks like the sound deleted, so we'll put it back real quick. What this sound is going romp, 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 romp. We want the sub to do that. That's a quarter note. If you see here, the rate, quarter note rate. So we want every quarter note. So if you look here, we go from 1 to 2. So basically, on each section here is a quarter note because there's 4 within the 2, within the 1 to 2. So that means we'll be cutting just like this, easy cuts, and then you can make fades like this to actually shape your sound. Anyway, copy these and change them as needed right now. So I kind of want more subs to play out. We'll let that happen. Copy those. Now we have like a sustain sub and this sub. This is good. Now if I wanted to, I can come over here and actually start to hit configure. I can go to this rate, and it now becomes something that we can automate over here. Hit configure again, unclick out, right click right here so we can automate it. We can actually have it go from 1/4 to 1/8 in the sections that we want it to. I'll move it up. And I'm looking over here, it says 1/8. Then I can even move this one to like slower if I wanted to. No, I kind of like that. We can even have that as the beginning. And then these come on later. So that might be cool. It's not playing right now because it's chopped off, you see? So we'll go ahead and make sure that we fix that. Drop it. I kind of like this section right here. All this, we'll name them, rename them just so I know. This is the slow one. This is like the next fastest one. And this is the fastest. Now I can make patterns, right? Easily. I know what they are. I can even color them if I want to, because sometimes you want to just get jiggy, right? You want to get all friggy-diggly. You can do all that. But then we need to make this sub go. So we know this is a slow, so we'll just bring it out, right? Easy. We know this one's fast, so it was 8. We can even, easily. That's actually too fast. That's 16th. We'll go ahead and undo. Quick fixie. We're in it to win it. And we can listen. Nice. So now those subs match. We can copy this quickly. We can now add drums easily. I have a kick already ready to go, usually in my template. Boom, boom, boom. So what we do. Quickly add a snare and clap. I like this clap here in the Merte pack, and then I like this one. Very nice. Put that right there. Go ahead and repeat that. Okay, and then we can go ahead and get another snare, layer that. That's fine. Sit in, turn it down. Go ahead and add some quick rides. I think I have one right here. Yeah. Start making your drum loop so then you can start riding the rest. Make one a little bit less in volume, add a little bit of a humanistic feel, and then you can just go ahead and do the duplication. Cool. So it looks like the AI was able to come up with something cool, something decent, because it got us a pretty cool sound like this. With this sound, very minimal post-processing, we can actually start going hard with this, or adding cool things like corpus, or like pipe to plate. Always move it down over here, bottom left, and you tune it. So that's pretty cool. Man, AI. There's some new things coming, and it's crazy. If you guys like this or want to see more new videos using this AI or have some questions to ask it, let me know. Put them in the comments below. We're going to go hard. The holidays are coming soon. Unfortunately, the live stream will not be going down this weekend, but it will be next weekend. I'll be with the family. Happy holidays, guys. Another video will come right before Christmas. Other than that, peace out. Stay fresh.
Brace yourself for the darkness.